I was that guy that thought he had to be a thug, that thought he had to be a gangster, that thought he had to hang out with certain people that act tough. Maybe they were tough, but I needed to be around these individuals to be able to be respected. The whole time, I would blame them or I would put the fault on them if I was to get in trouble by my actions, because the behaviors that I displayed, they had consequences. And oftentimes I would find myself in trouble. I would be alone. And the people that I would spend the most time with, the thugs, the gangsters, the criminals, they were nowhere to be found. The consequences I had was for me. It wasn't me and them, even though when I would spend a lot of my time with them and we would do things collectively, I ended up alone. Because in this world, you are alone. You're not lonely, but you're alone. And to give up who you are to fit in with people who are not like you because everybody must be themselves is the most idiotic thing you can do. It will hold you back in life greatly, dearly. And in the end, it's nobody's fault but ours. I've been called every name in the book. Martin Luther King, lame, want to be white, you think you better than us, Malcolm X, nerd. And as far as nerd goes, Bill Gates said, be careful how you treat nerds because you might end up working for them one day. It's just the way life goes. I don't make the rules. I just talk about it. See, it's not the environment. It's not the hood. It's not people walking around toting pistols, gambling, shooting dice, running trains on women. Yeah, I know what's going on. It happens everywhere, but we oftentimes display it in a way that it's only allocated towards a certain community. The hood, black people, the ghetto. We go out of our way to say hip hop, rap, the culture. Now, music is supposed to be a thing where people can get away. You can express yourself. You can be one with yourself. You put your headphones on, you turn your radio on, you're in your car, you're at home, wherever it is that you choose to listen to music. It's supposed to be a place where you could just let go. You can just zone out. It keeps you happy or in tune with whatever it is that you're doing, because oftentimes we're doing something that may be difficult, but we know that it's a benefit from it. For example, working out, cleaning up the house. These are things that we don't release or express an extreme amount of happiness for, but we do it anyway because it's a part of our responsibilities. Now we go off into the deep end of it and say hip hop has done more to the community than any other group of people, race of people, obviously when you bring history into it. And somewhere in there, people have their rights. People have they have an accurate perspective of it. But for me personally, I always say it was me. I didn't have to be a thug. I didn't have to be gangster. I didn't have to walk around with my pants sagging and claim it as part of the culture, because the actual accuracy of pants sagging came from prison. I believe Candace Owens said this. Someone asked her about hip hop to prison. Is it a pipeline? She said it's prison to hip hop. So when you think about the pants sagging, it's somebody that came from prison that was in the community that started this trend. And just like everything, it started to spread amongst the communities throughout the world who can relate, in particular black people. But make no mistake, me, who I am today, I don't blame anything on a community, on a culture, on hip hop, on music, on another race, another community. It's on me. I'm the only one who can truly stop me. If I have to change who I am, if I have to remove my true identity to be perceived as somebody I'm not just to be happy, then I'd rather be unhappy. I'm not going to be that stressed to the point where I don't think I'm worthy. I just know I have to remove myself from a certain environment, from a certain group of people. And I will do that without judging those people, because people are going to just be. People are going to make choices. Let them. People are going to call you names. Let them. I was called a lame, a nerd, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, when I didn't decide to be amongst thugs, the popular kids. But when I was amongst the popular kids, we all still called each other names. If you didn't get the girl, you was whatever they called you. If you wasn't the best football player, you were trash. You was rubbish. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't shoot dice, if you didn't fight, you was scared. You was pie. You was soft. Nobody wanted to be your homeboy. Nobody wanted to be your friend. I can sit in a room full of thugs or so-called people that's gangster and have a conversation. The moment I start to express myself with a certain type of intellect or articulate myself, I will automatically be put in a different category. But the whole time I understand everything that's being said. I can go from, man, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all boy, roll up. Let's smoke one real quick. Let's go around the back real quick. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's bend the corner real quick. Let's get, you know what I'm saying? I understand all of that, but I can then turn around and I can just articulate myself in a well-mannered way because why? I have the intelligence. I went to school. I've learned. I have a different vocabulary. But at the end of the day, if I have to stop and I have to be who I'm not to be accepted by somebody, then I need to remove myself. But what I won't do is I won't blame the people who I'm removing myself from. They're going to be who they are. If that's what they do, that's what they do. What am I going to do? That was the whole mindset. And that's what it was growing up. I was in that environment, but I never let that environment hold me back. I learned how to shoot dice. I learned how to roll weed. I learned how to do a lot of things that I won't necessarily put on camera, but I've been there and it wasn't so great. The results wasn't so prominent. It wasn't substantial. It didn't give me a benefit of life. It didn't give me any benefit within my life to continue the course of that path. But I'm not going to knock the people that do. I'm going to focus on what the hell I'm doing because for me, it's better for me. And in doing so, I don't want my kids growing up in the hood. But if I go back to the hood, I know what time it is. If anybody want to throw hands, we can throw hands. If anybody want to check my gangster, I'm not trying to be gangster. I'm Linville Williams. I'm who I am. I don't have to pretend. I had the gold teeth. I had the dreads. I'm Florida boy, Line 5'4", Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I already said this in one of my videos. I know where I come from, but just because I'm from the hood, just because I was on the block, just because I learned everything about the block, about the hood, I'm street smart, but I wanted to be book smart because, like they say, get you somebody who can do both. You can put me in the middle of in the hood. I know exactly how to allocate myself. I know how to analyze. I know how to listen. I know how to see what's going on, read the environment. But put me somewhere where it's a bunch of entrepreneurs and businessmen. I also know how to allocate myself. I can have a conversation with these particular people. I can be an individual and also not have to hide who I am and express myself and articulate myself very well to be able to not only provide something to these people, but also gain something from these people. Give and take, learn and earn. We can come together. It's a mastermind. When you're in the hood, it's not necessarily a mastermind. You know, you might get around somebody who's trying to use you and your skill sets to gain something, but it's all in favor of them because everybody trying to get to the top in the hood and be number one. When you get into the business side of things, it's always number one, but sometimes the number one in business don't even want to be number one, or they may not even be number one. The number one you see is allowed to be seen because the true number one is behind the scenes studying the environment. This is what happens in business. This is real top dog. In the hood, the culture is you want to be seen. You want to be known as top dog until whoever the top dog is has run into enough criminal activity and they've been apprehended to the point where, okay, I want to continue to do business in this manner, but I don't want to be seen because I don't want to go to jail and serve time. I don't want to be taken off the streets. I want to be in the streets. But even in incarceration, they know what's going on. They can still run the streets, rule the streets, give the calls, tell what needs to be done behind bars. But everybody wants to be free. But I will not blame the hood. It's not the culture, it's me. The culture is going to do what it does. Can we get better? Absolutely. Have we gotten better? I think so. I think we're going to continue to get better. But for the young guys out there who think you need to be thugs, gangsters, tough guys, you don't need to tote pistols. Some of y'all got AR-15s and shotguns. Y'all 17 years old. What are y'all doing? Some of you can shoot guns, but you can't write a checkbook. You can't balance a checkbook. You can't start a business. You don't even know what an LLC is. You don't even know your social security number by heart. You don't even have a driver's license. This is important too. Can you write a resume? What if you get shot? Did you invest the money that you did earn in the streets? Are you trying to go legit? You're going to say it's the culture. Look how many rappers we know grew up in that environment and then turned businessman. Jay-Z himself said what? He's a businessman. His name is the business. He claimed he left the streets clean. What I'm trying to get you to understand is they didn't stay there. Curtis Jackson, a.k.a. 50 Cent, he didn't stay there. Got shot how many times? How many lives he got? He still didn't stay in the streets. But make no mistake, he remembered what it is. He used what he learned in the streets to take it to business. Same thing. If you're not in the streets, don't go there trying to fit in. Do something better. But if you're in the streets, you need to still do something better. Because make no mistake, we can't control where we're born, but we can control where we end up. If you're born poor and die poor, it's your fault you died poor. It's never your fault you was born poor. If you was born in the hood, that's not your fault. If you die in the hood, that's where you want to be. Your decisions. But don't blame the culture, because everybody make decisions. And we can look at every culture around the world. People make decisions. That's what this video is all about. I don't give a damn about rap music, hip hop music, what your daddy did, what your mama did, what your grandma did. What the fuck are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? You know how to shoot dice? You know how to gamble? Go gamble with business. Put yourself out there. Take the risk. I don't give a damn about how many women you slept with, how many babies. Look, man, you got 5 baby mamas. You got 7 kids. You cannot play victim. You created victims. Man up. See, that's real talk right there. But ain't nobody gonna tell you that because you're surrounded by the people that don't even understand this. Get away from that. Don't blame the culture. Blame you. You are staying there and it's holding you back. If something is holding you back, why would you sit there and let it? Don't say I can't. That right there. That's a definition of why you where you at right now. That right there is the prime example of why you're stuck, because you're telling yourself, I can't. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. You're worried about what the people around you are going to say. And some of you faking your identity anyway. That ain't even you. That's not you whatsoever, but you don't know how to express yourself. You don't know how to get away from something that's holding you back. Put yourself out there. Put yourself in a different position, a different situation. Do it for yourself, not anybody else. It sounds so simple, but if you just be yourself, you're different from everybody else anyway. Don't be a lookalike. Don't be a copy. Don't imitate nobody. Do it yourself. Be you. Be your own unique individual, because you are anyway. You're just hiding. Stop hiding. The world need to see what you have to offer. Don't worry about people that don't look like you that's going to judge you. People that look like you is going to judge you. Put the work in. Get your ass out that neighborhood. Get your ass out that gang. You don't need to walk around with pistols. You need to walk around with a book. You need to walk around with a blueprint that you're trying to execute daily to put yourself in a position where you a high-level businessman. You a high earner. You're a man with morals. You're a man that can make good decisions, independent, self-sufficiency. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn culture. It's the culture. What culture? You choose what type of culture you're involved in. You know, a culture is not just necessarily people that look alike. People around the world that involve in investing, that's a culture. No matter if they're white, Chinese, black, Asian, mixed, from the boondocks, I don't give a shit. The culture is what? They're investors. They put money to work for them. Same thing as gangsters. All gangsters ain't black. Everybody want to claim this title. Who the fuck wants to get the reward of introducing gangster? Oh, we created gangster, you dumbass. You created getting shot 10 times and dying on your mama front porch. Gangster. That's stupid. Don't participate in that culture, and don't blame a group of people and call it's because of this. There's plenty of people listening to rap music that are businessmen, successful. They haven't been to jail at all and they ain't trying to be tough guys. It's people that listen to gospel right now that probably done killed people because they somewhere locked up, and they wish they didn't carry out those decisions that they did. But don't waste your time. Time is precious, man. I would not blame the culture. Don't make an excuse. Hold yourself accountable. Put the work in. It's not the culture. It's you. It's not the culture. It's me.